Welcome to the He's Got Issues Marvel Comics edition number 111.1. I'm John Cooney here to preview new Marvel Comics being released March 12th, 2014, beginning alphabetically with all-new X-Factor number 4. The team takes on their former frenemy, Danger, brought to you by Serval Industries. Next we have all-new X-Men number 24, The Trial of Jean Grey Part 5. X-Men and Guardians vs. Gladiator, and Jean Grey's fate lies in the balance. One of the X-Men's lives will be forever changed. We've also got Avengers Undercover number 1, when teen heroes infiltrate the Masters of Evil, who will break bad. Damaged by their experience in Murder World, 5 conflicted young superhumans go rogue and infiltrate the Masters of Evil, planning to bring the Avengers' rivals down from within. But the longer the teens spend undercover, the more they descend into darkness, and as they start to build relationships with these multi-layered criminals, the line between good and evil blurs. What will happen first? Joining the Masters for real, or getting exposed and killed? If you thought Murder World was dangerous, just wait until most promising new talent Harvey Award winner Dennis Hopeless and acclaimed artist Kev Walker surround you with evil. Next we have Black Widow number 4. From the cold streets of old Russia, the hand of God reaches out to crush Black Widow, and it is merciless. Outmatched by the brute force of a powerful new villain, Natasha finds a deadly plot unfolding that spans the entire globe. Jump on to the sensational new series as the most lethal Avenger faces her deadliest test. We've also got Captain Marvel number 1, hero, pilot, Avenger. Captain Marvel's Earth's mightiest hero, with her death-defying powers and an attitude to match, is back and launching headfirst into an all-new ongoing series. As Captain Marvel, aka Carol Danvers, comes to a crossroads with a new life and a new romance, she makes a dramatic decision that will alter the course of her life and the entire Marvel Universe in the months to come. It's time to go higher, further, faster, and more in the most superpowered comic around. We've also got Deadpool number 25. Now, Deadpool reaches record-breaking issue number 25, Deadpool vs. S.H.I.E.L.D. Part 5 of 5, first Marvel Now title to reach the landmark 25th issue. Avengers doesn't count. Because when Deadpool re-killed the reanimated dead presidents of the United States, Agent Gorman of S.H.I.E.L.D. stiffed him on his well-earned pay. Now his vengeance is finally wrought. But now that former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Preston's consciousness is stuck inside his head, will she be okay with this reeking? And is all this S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff a shameless cash-in because of the TV show? Ask guest star Agent Coulson. We've also got Fantastic Four number 2, The Fall of the Fantastic Four Part 2. Manhattan is under attack by a monstrous killer swarm from a corrupted pocket universe, and in order to defeat it, the Fantastic Four will need their courage, powers, and skill, as well as those of every other hero in New York. But to attain final victory, one of the first family must make a terrible sacrifice. And so the first strings are pulled and the first pieces are put in place on the Fantastic Four's downfall. Next we have Hawkeye number 17, Rio Bravo Part 4. The sense-shattering fallout of the Clint versus the Clown. Clint Barton has been deafened. With the Barton brothers this battered and bloodied, surely they'll make easy pickings for the brothers, right? Bro, seriously? If we do our jobs right this time, this issue will be the dog issue of sign language issues. We've also got Marvel Universe Avengers Assemble number 6. The Avengers face the Super Adaptoid, a powerful AI that can mimic their powers. Next we have Mighty Avengers number 8. Spectrum and She-Hulk join Blue Marvel on one of his global adventures against a threat that could break Adam's heart. It's White Tiger versus Tiger God, with Ava Ayala's soul on the balance. We need to talk about Kevin. We also have Revolutionary War Motormouth number 1. Colonel Liger, formerly of the evil organization Mystech, has started working as an agent of MI-13, Mystech's rival agency. Not everything is as it appears, though, because Liger has just discovered that his old team, the Warheads, are still alive, and nothing's going to stop him from finding them. Next, we have Secret Avengers number 1, Save the Empire Part 1. The all-new Secret Avengers are ready to get started. Are they going to be the world's most effective secret squad, or will their personal issues tear them apart? You decide. 3 missions kick off at the same time, 1 in space, 1 on the ground, and 1 in the air. And no one's ready, except for the attackers. Russian spa, helicarrier, space station, falling satellites, a hired hitman with nothing to lose, the Fury. Wait, yes, the Fury? Why is Hawkeye still around? And why are these people chasing him? Why are the Black Widow and Spider-Woman in a Russian spa? Do questions and teasers excite you? Run the mission, don't get seen, save the world, now. We've also got Superior Foes of Spider-Man number 9, The Crime of the Century, Part 3. Boomerang's been targeted for death. What does the Beetle know about it? Then, is Overdrive a rat for the feds? And where there's a rat, there's a cat. Nick Spencer, Steve Lieber, and Rachel Rosenberg continue the sleeper hit of the year. Next, we have Superior Spider-Man number 29, Goblin Nation, Part 3 of 5. The Spider Slayer Squadron were supposed to be under Mayor J. Jonah Jameson's control, but now they've been drafted into the Goblin Nation, guest starring Spider-Man 2099. We've also got Wolverine number 3, Payback Part 3. Logan's training continues, and he's got his sights set on Sabretooth. What could make Logan turn his back on the school and his friends? Next, we have X-Force number 2, Cable, Psylocke, Phantom X, Marrow. They're mutant kind's protectors, spies, assassins, and torturers. But just what has driven each of them to join the most deadly incarnation of X-Force yet? Yes, Marrow is back. But how has she regained her mutant power, and what does it have to do with X-Force's first target? And we have X-Men Legacy number 300. In observance of the title's 300th issue, iconic X-Men Legacy writers Mike Carey, Christus Gage, and Simon Spurrier return to tell an all-new tale of the X-Men. Mike Carey brings us a story featuring Oh wait, he's dead. Well, Christus Gage has penned a tale involving No, she's dead too. And Simon, there's Simon Spurrier with a story led by Legion, who, whoops, we can't spoil the ending of X-Men Legacy 24. Well, just read it. Out in trades, we've got All New X-Men Volume 2, Here to Stay trade paperback. Yesterday's X-Men continue to adjust to a present day that's simultaneously more awe-inspiring and more disturbing than any future the young heroes had ever imagined for themselves. And the situation gets even more dangerous when the villainous duo Mystique and Sabretooth target the young time travelers, starting with Cyclops. Plus, how will Earth's mightiest heroes react to the time-swept X-Men? Find out when the Avengers visit the Jean Grey School. But they're not the only ones to do so, as the outlaw Uncanny X-Men drop by for a recruiting session. Who will join the adult Cyclops and his revolutionary crew? The answer will shock you. Acclaimed writer Brian Michael Bendis further defines the future and the past of the X-Men, collecting All New X-Men number 6 through 10. Next, we have Avengers Absolute Vision Volume 2 trade paperback. The Vision takes command. As many of Earth's mightiest are whisked away to fight in the secret wars, the newly assertive synthesoid seizes the chair. He has changes in store when the heroes return, not least his idea for a new team of Avengers on the West Coast. But there are dire wraiths and demons to deal with back east, not to mention an army of Hulks and Thanos' monstrous minions, the Blood Brothers. Hercules and Black Knight return to the fold, while Star Fox discovers an uncanny connection to the Eternals just in time to face the menace of Maelstrom. But as Vision's true plan unfolds, are even two teams of Avengers enough to handle one of their own? Collecting Avengers number 242 to 254 and annual number 13. We've also got Daredevil Dark Knights trade paperback. The greatest talents in comics bring you gorgeous new stories featuring the man without fear. First, a blizzard brings New York to a standstill, and a little girl in desperate need of a heart transplant lies on death's door unless Daredevil can get it to her in time. The trouble is, Dee Dee is recovering from a severe concussion. Then it's a race against time when Daredevil must battle the Shocker, track a fugitive, and reclaim stolen evidence Matt Murdock needs to protect his innocent client, while the Avengers confront massive monster mayhem in the streets of New York City. Finally, Matt is out of his element and surrounded by enemies when a client fleeing persecution leads him to the Caribbean. Good thing he's got a new partner, the fearless defender herself, Misty Knight. Collects Daredevil Dark Knights number 1 through 8. Next, we have Fantastic Four Volume 3 Doomed trade paperback. The Fantastic Four cross time and space to deal with the Council of Dooms, but Mr. Fantastic's sickness is spread to the others, and someone may be behind this plague. The team must mastermind a planetary heist for technology that could save their lives, but they soon find themselves trapped in a desolate universe with a cosmic, power-mad Dr. Doom. Marvel's first family struggles to stop the molecular plague, but standing between them and the cure is the Frightful Force, an army of the greatest foes led by one of the Fantastic Four's own. Meanwhile, Dr. Doom, Kang, and Annihilus come to an ominous agreement, and to survive, Reed and Sue make a fateful decision that will change the lives of the whole family. Could this be the end of the Fantastic Four? Collecting Fantastic Four number 9 through 16. We also have FF Volume 2 Family Freakout trade paperback. They've handled media mockery, crippling self-doubt, kidnapping, and the greatest fiends in the negative zone, but can the FF handle the spooky kids? Shiver as they write the names of weird bands on their desktops, quake as they use slang to hide their true conversations, recoil at the monstrous cell phone data plan bills. The generation gap has come for the future Foundation. Break out the black nail polish. Then it's Hulk versus Thing, and it's one for the ages. As the kids in the FF start growing apart, their adult supervision seems to be having some issues of their own. And when Doom the Annihilating Conqueror ascends, is this the beginning of the end of everything? Plus, Pool Party, Impossible Town, The Horrible Secret of Underspace, and 2 students transfer in at the best worst moment imaginable. Collecting FF number 9 through 13. Next we have Marvel Universe Avengers Assemble Volume 1 Digest Trade Paperback, featuring screen capture images from Marvel's Avengers Assemble. Earth's mightiest heroes, the Avengers, explode into the scene with an all-new, all-ages series based on the hit animated series now airing on Disney XD. To save his own life, the Red Skull must transfer his mind into the body of his greatest foe, Captain America. When the Red Skull captures Iron Man's armor, the Avengers' deadliest enemy now wields the strongest weapon on Earth. How can the Avengers beat the Iron Skull? It's up to Falcon to save the day when a mysterious foe turns the Avengers into evil ghosts. When Dr. Doom uses Asgardian magic to summon a Midgard serpent, what will Thor sacrifice to stop him? The Avengers assemble to take down a rampaging beast in the heart of New York City. Collecting Marvel Universe Avengers Assemble number 1 through 4 and material from Free Comic Book Day 2013, Avengers Hulk. We've also got Marvel's Captain America the First Avenger, the screenplay trade paperback. Captain America the First Avenger was Marvel Studios' breakout smash hit film of 2011. Now relive all the shield-slinging excitement with the film's official screenplay. As World War II rages across Europe, frail Steve Rogers' indomitable drive to fight injustice leads him to volunteer for an incredible experiment. Witness Steve's titanic transformation into Captain America, the world's first super soldier. Thrill to Cap's wartime adventures behind enemy lines alongside his best friend Bucky Barnes. Swoon as Rogers falls for tough-as-nails secret agent Peggy Carter, and gasp at Cap's final confrontation with Hydra and the villainous Red Skull. Delve deep into the First Avenger screenplay and experience Cap's origins in a whole new way. We've also got Marvel's Captain America the Winter Soldier Prelude trade paperback. Prepare for Marvel Studios' newest big screen blockbuster by boning up with this essential collection of classics. First, relive Steve Rogers' transformation from 98-pound weakling into the living legend of World War II in the action-packed adaptation of Captain America's film debut. Next, thrill to an all-new adventure set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Cap and 2 surprise allies defend Chicago against the Zodiac. And experience the dynamic debut of Cap's partner, the Falcon, the Black Widow's first encounter with Hawkeye, the startling revelation that lurked behind the mask of the Winter Soldier, and the ultimate introduction of Nick Fury, director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Collecting Marvel's Captain America the First Avenger Adaptation 1 and 2, Marvel's Captain America the Winter Soldier Infinite Comic number 1, Captain America number 117, Captain America number 6, Ultimates number 2, and material from Tales of Suspense number 57. We've also got Thor God of Thunder Volume 3, the Accursed hardcover premiere edition. It's the bloody return of Malekith the Accursed. The former Lord of the Dark Elves escapes his otherworldly prison and chases on across the 9 realms to capture him. Thor finds new allies to join the wild hunt. A Dark Elf sorceress, a gun-toting Light Elf, a gargantuan mountain giant, a dwarf who loves dynamite, and a particularly surly troll. But when one teammate falls, will it mean war for all 9 realms? And as a traitor within the group strikes, and Thor prepares to take drastic measures, Malekith stages a final bloody raid on Earth. Plus, what does it mean to walk the Earth as a god? What does Thor do when he's not out saving the world with the Avengers? It's the return of Thor's longtime love interest, Dr. Jane Foster. Collecting Thor God of Thunder number 12 through 18. And we have Wolverine Volume 2 Killable trade paperback, the biggest Wolverine event in years. After losing his healing factor, Logan must adjust to a very different reality, and villains and mercenaries begin popping out of the woodwork to try to take him down. A cure may have been found, but it's in Wakanda, where he's not welcome. As the noose tightens, Wolverine and Kitty Pryde travel to the former Howlett estate, but more than bittersweet memories await in the place Logan once called home. With the world on the brink of viral apocalypse, Logan and Kitty battle Lord Deathstrike, Silver Samurai, and the 13 Ninjas of Sabretooth's hand. And when the mastermind behind it all is revealed, it leads to a moment that will change the face of Wolverine forever. guest starring Nick Fury, Shield, Storm, Beast, Black Panther, and more, collecting Wolverine number 7 through 13. Alright, so that's it for Marvel this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the DC and the Indies videos for this week, as well as my featured video with the usual roundup of all my favorites for the week, with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.